Hey,
and welcome back to Breathe If You Agree.
Guys, we're going to jump right into it today because I'm fucking horny for this. I'm gagging for this guest. Oh my God. I'm that little like red emoji that you keep sending us. They're like,
yeah.
For you. But today we are so honored. We are blessed to have an actor, a comedian on the pod who is on tour now. Catch him in your city, whatever that city may be. You've seen him on Netflix, Comedy Central, so much more. Also, taping a live taping in LA on May 17th, produced by Bob the Drag Queen, which I want to know so much more about. And also, you're a co-host of a new podcast, Heavy Butter. So we're going to be talking movies. Zach, oh my God,
Noe
Zach Noe Towers. Oh
no,
my God.
that is the
God,
perfect. I loved that. That was good for me. So
yeah. Just so everyone knows, Zach came on, and before we started, I was like, "Hey guys, like, I don't want to fuck this up. Like, how do I?
Is it Noah? Noe?
Is it Noah? Noe? Or is it a silent? Is it silent?
No.
No,
it's just Zach Towers.
yeah. Well, welcome to the podcast. We're so happy to have you. How are you, doll?
I'm so good. I'm like honored to be on the pod. To be honest.
Well, we're so honored you're here, and I also want to say I'm horny as well that you're here. I'm just not so upfrove about it. I was just gonna wait a little bit. I was gonna warm you up.
No, honestly, that was like
kiss me.
I love being like an elder twink. Like I feel like if someone reflects horniness towards me, whether it be platonic or real, like I'm like all about it.
You're
so
breaking down.
Yeah, bring the horny.
Bring the horny. Well, the horniness is here, and the horniness is here to stay.
Yay!
I'm horny.
I'm horny.
Okay, if you could do one thing sexual right now, both of you, what would you do? You have to choose one thing for 30 minutes. You have a 30-minute session.
Strange prompt.
I'm just saying, you're really horny right now. A 30-minute session, you get to do one thing. You get one thing out of all the grab bag of things. What are you doing?
I'm an oral queen.
Okay.
I love oral both ways. So like either a dick in my mouth or my dick in a mouth.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Dr. Seuss.
Throat shows all around.
I would put my face in a butt.
Are you a booty muncher?
I don't know why I would say it like
booty lips. You want the booty lips.
I love the booty lips. Can you imagine I have someone over? I'm like, hey, can I put my face in your butt? Hi, biting my nails. Hey, I was just wondering if I could like put my face in your butt for 30 whole minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes. That person has swamp ass officially. Like they're pruny around the hole.
Yeah, you could call him Mr. Clean. Yeah.
Literally 30 whole minutes.
30 whole minutes.
Wow.
Beautiful. Merch.
Yes.
What about you, Julian?
Does your tongue get tired though? 30 minutes. Sheesh.
This tongue, girl, have you seen how often I speak? I don't shut the fuck up. My tongue is flapping all around all the time. But we have a podcast. If you have a podcast, you can eat ass. If you have a podcast, you can eat ass.
But you're still talking when you're eating ass. You're just like having full conversation.
Yeah. I'm like, what happened to me today? Okay, and Julian, what would yours be?
I think I would give throat shows probably. That's always good. I think I'm pretty good at it. And
would you dress up?
Would I dress up?
Is it like a full performance? I mean, you said it's a show.
Throat shows, yeah. I don't know if I've actually never ever done role play or like cosplay in the bedroom.
Because you do too much in real life,
right?
No,
separation of church and state.
Yeah, it's separate but equal. It's actually about role play.
Yeah,
it's only because I guess it's never been at the forefront of my list. But I would so be down if someone was like, "Do you want to do it?" I just think I would be pretty giggly. I don't know if I could be in character, but I would definitely do that. I would give. I'd be an oral queen as well. I think today.
Oh,
Yay!
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all of that combined. That's an hour and a half of sex. So guys, just come on over. I guess we're ready.
It stinks in here.
Stinky. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast. Thank you for talking about how horny you are. I guess we're done here. No.
Yeah.
Well, we are so happy to have you here. You are one of the gay comedians that we all look up to, that we also find so funny. But I also want to know, I mean,
not just gay comedian, just comedian in general.
Comedian.
Too.
Sorry.
It's okay. You could, a fag comedian also works.
Yeah, you are one of our favorite
bottom
faggots.
verse comedian. Yeah.
But you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah,
how did
13
you
or 14 years. years.
Damn. How did you? What was your kind of like foray? Like, how did you begin kind of your journey into
I think I
comedy
came out here after college and I got swept into like the West Hollywood of it all and like trying to be an actor sort of. Like I had a musical theater background. I really just wanted to like have fun and party, I think, for a long time. And then like acting is so like discouraging, or at least it was in my experience, like waiting around for an audition. And so I started doing stand-up because I did love stand-up. And like it was so clunky for years, and then like about like 5 or 6 years ago it started to like pay the bills in a significant way, and like now I am getting to like act and stuff because of stand up. So it's just like, you know, full circle.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
That's
and you're from Midwest, or you?
I'm from St. Louis. Yeah.
Okay, you're St. Louis because you went
Louis.
to college in Indiana, correct?
I went to IU. Yeah.
Oh.
You guys really like Googled or something?
I mean,
Yeah,
we stalked.
I mean, we
you
know. We
Also,
know
I
the information
watched a lot
from
of-
knowing you.
Yeah.
But then also we have
That's
to do our due
sweet.
diligence on the podcast. We're interviewing you. We're like interested in our guests. You know.
That's a lot more than a lot of people do. So I'm
like,
just
they're
saying.
like, how the fuck did you get on this link?
I'm like, Indiana.
Yeah.
How the fuck? Yeah.
Indiana. Yeah. Well, we're also Midwest boys. We're both from Chicago.
I love Chicago.
Chicago's the best.
Did you know we could afford homes in Chicago?
Oh.
That's so fierce.
so
Why are we?
I mean,
here?
I'm on
Are
Zillow.
you
I'm going
in my Chase app? Have you seen my finances?
I'm just saying, like, if you're on Zillow in LA, please
Uh-huh.
treat yourself to Zillow in Chicago.
Oh,
That's all I'll
okay.
say. I'm like, oh my god, okay. I have a bedroom in this scenario.
Yeah.
I'm not in a studio. Like, this is
Yeah,
cool.
the walls aren't just like pieces of paper.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
I'm
a
not
door.
sharing. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Wait, and so have you spent any time in Chicago or just kind of bopping around? I mean, obviously you have
Yeah.
your tour spots and stuff like that, but
I mean, growing up in St. Louis, Chicago was like the
Mhm.
big city nearby. So we would literally take the train to Chicago or go with friends for a weekend. I was just there opening for Taylor Tomlinson at the Chicago Theater. She
mhm.
sold out like 5
cool.
shows at the Chicago
Unreal.
Theater, which is crazy.
yeah.
And then I'm going back to headline Zanies in Old Town in September.
So
St. Nees is like 2
cool.
blocks away from my high school. I love St. Nees.
Stop. So
yeah.
you were like in Chicago.
in Chicago, downtown Chicago. I'm a Chicago girl. Yeah.
Wow.
It's also so funny you were talking about St. Louis. I specifically remember in 6th grade we took our like buses from Chicago. We did our little St. Louis. It was our first like overnight trip, and I was like, I'm gonna get some fucking pussy on this trip. Like I'm gonna pound some puss. Little did I know I'm like walking around being like, hey, you got like St. Louis, woo! But
Is
we
there
went
any
up.
butt I could put my face in?
Give me some of that St. Louis booty lips. No, but I remember we were going up in the arch, and
Yes.
I went with this girl. Her name's Elizabeth. She's a friend now, and I was like, this is kind of my moment. But we were going up the arch, and I was freaking out about the height, being like, I'm so scared. And I think that was when the booty munching started. That was the officially.
Totally.
So thank you, St. Louis. We love you.
Wait, what is everyone's gay like origin story? Like how did you really think you wanted to eat pussy for a while?
I thought that I felt like I needed to. I felt like
Preach, yeah.
I felt like, oh, this is what I should be doing. And I definitely had some like crushes on girls, but I think that I would just like them more as like
Yeah.
the girlies.
Sure.
But no, I had
You were
like,
giving
very...
the Arch in St. Louis competition.
yeah.
That back was arched for her.
Yeah. I was like, can you do this one? Yeah.
Like, have you ever tried this
Toes.
one?
Have you ever tried this one? Toes pointed. No, but then like very long story short, when I was a sophomore in high school, there was a senior who's now a very successful DJ in Los Angeles. Woo!
Is it Trixie Mattel?
No, oh my god, I wish. Oh my
Close.
god, I wish. But he was a senior, I was a sophomore, and we were like besties. And then I was like, oh, like maybe I have feelings for him, and I was like, I don't know. And then he came out to me, and then I was like, I don't know. And then we kissed, and then I gave him a blowjob on the first night I ever kissed a man, and I was like, I'm gay. I like it. And the rest was history or herstory.
Wow. And Julian?
I thought I had it all figured out in high school. I mean, like I denied through middle school. And then once I got to high school, I was like, oh, like I didn't like say it out loud yet. I didn't know, but I was definitely like dressing like it and, speaking, just in general. And then I actually met somebody very special who was and who is an amazing woman. Her name's Kara, and I actually dated her through my junior year of high school.
Whoa.
And
Did you put your
Cool.
penis in
On
her
and
vagina?
we did. I did.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've done everything.
Ah,
I mean, she's now married. Like, forgive me, she's married and just had a kid. So
yeah, no.
you know.
But
Is
no,
the kid
I
yours?
No.
From high school? Just one sperm lurking in the corner, like waiting to pounce.
Or he's like 20 years old.
Yeah.
right. But then, but she was. I've talked about it before, but she was truly such a part of my gay awakening. Also because she was so ahead of time, being like, she kind of looked at me and was like, hey, like I was open with her. She had known, and she was like that I had experimented and whatever, but she was like, if you feel the way you say you do about me, then like I don't really care about that.
Aww.
So it kind of just like, I fell in love with her, and just like that acceptance of like, I didn't know what it was, and I kind of was just like whatever. But then it grew into like, that's my family, like I would do anything for you. But then you slowly start to realize where it's like, you know what, I don't think I can give you everything you need in this relationship,
which is a big veiny cock.
exactly and I guess a hard one of that at that. But yes, and then that was the hardest that's actually the hardest person I ever came out to, because I didn't really come out to my parents. I never told them. Like,
are they still
never
with
sat
us?
Yeah, I never sat them
good.
down. My mom actually just like left 20 minutes ago, but I never sat them down and was like, I'm gay. I just kind of like, I think I introduced them to my boyfriend.
Yeah, you
at
just
the time.
kind
I was
of
like, this is my boyfriend.
You were yourself around them.
Yeah, and now I think I started talking about, just like anal and everything like that, and then they kind of just
and they were like,
kind of
oh, okay,
followed
got it.
suit.
Yeah. Babe, I think I don't know if he's gonna tell us. I think we can just assume now.
Yeah, so that's my journey. But then from then on out, that was very special.
What about you?
You know what's so funny is when you said you kissed a guy the same night you sucked a dick. I famously sucked before I kissed.
Oh my god, that's very like gay for pay, right? like I'll fuck you, but we're not, no lips.
Yeah, it was definitely like I had a couple like straight guy friends who donated their penises to my mouth. And because I like had voice, and like speaking of progressive, like I'm older than both of you, but like my guy friends were very like chill about me obviously being pretty gay, but I was like bi at the time, and I was like, yeah, I really just want to suck a dick. And then they kind of went around and like gave either reasons why they would or would not be volunteering their dick to suck.
Well,
and then
it's a good cause.
I sucked one of them. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I sucked two of them, but yeah.
Wait, that's like
in the same night.
So I sucked one on one night. I sucked one on one night, another on another night, and then both of them in the same night.
They
were in the same bed, and I just
God.
went back and forth.
Oh my god. Gay rights. And straight rights, I guess.
Yeah, I just think it kills me that like so many straight guys are like seem sex starved or like dying for like their dick to be sucked, and then like so many guys are like on the streets thirsting for dick.
Yeah.
Where's the collab?
Right.
Like where's
the app?
The collab?
We need an app for that.
I think I just saw the clip from your podcast where someone was saying like it's not gay if like a gay guy sucks your like girlfriend's boyfriend's dick.
I believe that with every inch of my tight hole, but yeah,
all half inch of my tight hole. Wait, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Final question about this. Do you know where those men are now? Are they married?
Vaguely.
Are they straight?
Yes, and
Okay,
and children.
Okay, well, see that makes me happy
Sickening.
because like it's like look at the bridges that we're building. Like look what we can do. Like this is the future.
Without taxpayers' dollars.
Right.
Fill these potholes.
Right.
with
No
your...
tariffs on that. Let me tell you that. I'll just tell you that.
Fill the potholes with cum. Let's figure out how to. Let's
We
figure
can
out
rebuild
how
the city.
to put there's got to be some kind of powder or something you add to cum to make it firm and cement.
To harden.
Yes.
Famously, you could just put it in a Kleenex and it gets pretty fucking hard.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
By the way, I have a lot of socks that I've been able to crack in half about 45 minutes later. So.
Oh wait, I've always thought. Okay, I haven't had a period of time where I came in socks.
Me
Okay.
neither.
Okay, I will say
like
I
rug
was
burn.
saying that based off of like
yeah,
you know,
but
like it's so
okay.
that's just like a saying. Like I just for me I'm like that feels like I would rip the skin off.
It just doesn't make sense to any part of me. Then I'm like throwing
That's in the
a bunch of
bottom?
cum into my like laundry. Like
Right.
that can't be good
Right.
for the clothing. Like
Well, that's also like I have friends also I've hooked up with people before who will like afterwards they'll like throw me a t-shirt from their laundry basket and just be like, you know, like clean off. And I'm like, are you gonna wear that again tomorrow? And they're like, yeah, but I'll wash it. And I'm like, but baby, my babies are on there.
yeah, like this feels inappropriate.
Yeah, I know. I also the socks thing. It's just like there's no. Is it just collect? I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah,
get it.
I
yeah.
just curious.
I've never had that like need to like put my dick in a pillow or like a pie or like anything like you see in the movies or anything that you're like jonesing to like hold.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my hand has always felt pretty good to me, so like I'm like down just for that.
Wait, 2 questions.
Yeah.
Are you guys normally like kind of dirty, or am I being vulgar?
Okay, you know what's so funny? We are just dirty in general, right? We are dirty in general, but I'm gonna air out. I'm gonna air it out now. We're on the podcast. We got on a few minutes early just to like go over like things we're gonna talk about and questions. And Nick's like, you know, like watching things like he's pretty raunchy, so like we should like really get into the raunch. And I was like, right. And I go right, because
called
every
out.
other time
Oh my
that
God,
we've
I'm so
talked
red.
about eating ass or sucking dick, I've like denied it. Like
Yeah.
we've stopped talking about it. I'm like, and I said, I was like, we're pretty raunchy. And he's like, yeah, but like, you know, and I was like, yeah, but we've never not talked about it. So like, I don't know what you're saying kind of vibe, but no, in a way that like we are, but like we love it. Cause like,
I think I was more so
our
saying
inner
like also
thoughts.
like sometimes we've had guests who like, you know, we'll like give them that apple and they'll like swat it away a little bit. I don't know why it's an apple. Apple
good.
also
Apple?
Coke Zero. Zach, I see that.
Oh yeah,
Coke
I know.
Zero.
It's cherry Coke Zero.
Oh, I love that too. But no, so I was just like, yeah, we can really lean into it, and so it's
That's
not.
so
don't
funny
worry.
you say that.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. But I didn't come on here being like, okay, we got the biggest slut in all of Weedo. Lean in.
Okay, that makes me feel
You're at
better.
home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's good. But honestly, like this is honestly this is so easy because this is literally what my mind is on. Every
We're well
5
versed.
seconds.
Yeah.
I'm actually like literally I am horny, so that is.
Oh,
true.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
And then what is everyone's like a relationship status with sex right now?
It's
wants to go?
it's definitely not. There really isn't any relationship
Okay.
to it. Intercourse in general.
Okay.
I mean intercourse, but like sexually active in other ways. Yes.
like with yourself or hooking up or something?
Yeah,
Or-
like no, I have like definitely so funny. Actually, I was gonna bring this up earlier, but then we kind of just like kind of went over it. But it's so funny that I like sucked this guy's dick, and really kind guy, and
Really sweet. A
The
sweet
most
guy.
important thing
sweet
on
guy.
Grinder, I just look
Yeah.
for the tag
Yeah.
kind, and then I'm like,
But no,
Yeah.
isn't that such a nice surprise when they're nice and you're like,
Yeah.
oh wait, I can actually have a conversation with you, whatever.
Yes,
But
yes.
the conversation went. Sorry, mom. My mom was like, I love watching it. She goes, I love watching you guys crack up. I love watching you crack up. She puts it
Aw.
on the big screen at home, the TV,
That's
and
so
watches it
sweet.
every week.
Well, hi.
Hey, Ann.
hi.
hey, mom.
But I
So
literally
back
was
to you
like,
sucking dick.
Right,
Back to you
I was-
actually giving a throat show to a kind man.
Yeah. See, but don't worry, Anne. He's picking the kind one.
She's proud. Yeah, she's proud. She's proud. I'm a swallower. I'm not a quitter. And so I wrote this guy. I was like, it was like 9:30. I think it was like, yeah, it was 9:30 in the morning. I was like, you know, wake up. I was like, oof, oof.
Yeah.
And I was going to work out, and I was like, let me stop. Like, let me see. So I'm like checking, and then like on my way, this guy's like, hey, like whatever. And I was like, T, like I don't need anything. Like it was in the morning where I was like down to service kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll suck your dick. And then I was like, do you want to like make out or something? You know, like I like to like make sure
Build.
I know what I'm getting into.
Oh, yeah. Set some boundaries and expectations.
Right, because I don't want to get there and be like, like maybe no, or he like turns his cheek. I don't know, or it's just like he's sitting there, or whatever. He's like, no, I don't want to kiss. You just suck my dick. I'm like, T, whatever. I get there, suck the dick, but in the middle, he's like, let me eat your ass, and I was like, in my head, I'm like, so you don't want to kiss me, but you want to eat my ass. And he did. I let him. But we didn't kiss. We did not kiss.
Oh my god!
But I did. I did my job. My job.
My job.
But,
See, are you ever worried that he's going to escalate to be like, "Can I put it in?"
In that moment, there's absolutely no chance. I mean, I like if I were at a point in the day where I was like able to do it, or I felt good I felt good enough that was okay. But like to put it in and actually like have intercourse would have not been good.
Let's go. I feel like what's always so fascinating to me about that is like I love kissing. I love making out. I don't like so when it's everything but I'm a little bit like this was not 10 out of 10 for me. I'm so sorry.
But I thought you said you like everything but.
Everything but
that was for
took me a second, but we're back.
That's for our intellectual listeners.
I will say it's so interesting, and I wonder what hookup culture has done to my tiny little lizard brain. But like, I can there are things I can guarantee I will be down for before meeting a guy, and there are things that I cannot guarantee until I meet the guy.
Okay,
and
fair.
Kissing is kind of one of them.
That's
I
fair.
need to sense him, and I need to see him, and I need to almost kind of like smell him a little bit to see if like. But there are times when guys I've answered the door and we've started making out in the doorway because it was just like, like of course we're gonna like kiss.
Totally.
Yeah. What's your relationship to?
Oh no, I was just gonna say I love kissing.
Oh, kissing a good kisser. Again, I've been in my side era for a bit, and I do get fucked sometimes, but like I am very, I like. Is someone stealing a car? Okay. I fully enjoy side stuff and
my car.
A good. Oh my god! Too soon. I forgot what happened with your car.
No, I still haven't gotten it back. But back to you. It's boring.
I could make out with a guy for 3.5 days.
Yes.
Like
when those lips are locked and it's good. Come on.
And the intensity's going up and then down and then up and then down and then like mouth navigates down to the neck or the ears or like, and then like you're both hard, but you're not almost like you're neglecting your penis. Like a court, if it was your child, a court would take your penis away from you. Be like for neglect. But but yeah,
DPS.
Are you gonna feed her? Are you gonna feed her? Yeah, DPS. Yeah. Also, when you're doing it so much, do you ever have you ever had the thing where you're making out for so long or so much or whatever that you wake up the next day and you're like. Your lips are like chapped, or you're like
aggravated around,
or like it's like you have that like extra like 1/4 inch of red above and below your lips, and you're like, I got that lip beat, or like I'm a clown because it's just like
it looks like you ate a bowl of spaghetti really messy.
It does, or like Kool-Aid. You like put your fucking face in a jar of Kool-Aid. Yeah.
Me eating out the Kool-Aid, man. Yeah. No, I feel like that's what I celebrate most. It's like a really good, because also I'm so sorry to those out there, but like when it's a bad kisser, it's like bad.
It's
bad.
A
problem. It's bad.
It's bad.
And it's like, and there's one of those. It's one of those things where you're just like, I guess this is just never gonna work itself out. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't have much hope for guys. Like I'm in my 30s, like, right. And if I'm in with a guy in his 30s, I'm just like, it's set. Like it's set. Like, and if he can't tell that he's not a great kisser, then like, and it's not our job to teach.
No, I also think the bad kissers sometimes, especially now, who don't know or whatever, are also sometimes the most aggressive in a way that I'm like, oh, like you're doing a lot, but like, if you just went back to the basics, it would actually work a little bit better if we just like could. It's like, and I'm like, okay, Cookie Monster.
I had a guy like who was blowing me, and like he went from 0 to 60 so fast that I was like, this is not sustainable. You are going to hurt yourself. And now I'm like kind of scared for my he was like, and I was like, what is going? Like you're in a different scene that I'm in. Like we're not. The multiverse exists within hookups, and like we are in two different universes.
Right. Also, when you leave, like I'm gonna need that back. Like you can't take that with you.
Totally.
Yeah. Damn.
I like the kiss though when it gets so sensual, like and you're so into it, and then you're like, I want to be so close, like you want to be so much closer
You're
to that
almost
person.
breathing
You're
like in their mouth.
yeah, you're like full tongue is in there, and you're like, how can I get closer? But there's physically no way. Your
You're
mouth
like, I
can
wanna
get
consume
any.
You like pull each other tighter, and you're like kind of like taking deep breaths like at the same time.
Yes.
Like my most like intense connection like that was actually at Burning Man like 10 years ago. I was hooking up with the hottest guy at our camp, and at the night it got so cold, and we couldn't get close enough to each other, and it just like you're coming down from drugs and like you're overdosing on semen, and like it's all these like emotions, and then like to be keeping warm with this like tattooed man, like I was like, this is what God wanted.
But it's because like it's that moment where you're like I like, and you communicate it to it through kissing and your bodies, but you're like, I would like to become one.
Yes.
I want to like envelop you completely. But I do know the kissing thing is so funny too, because it gets to a point where you're like, we physically like the back of my jaw could not be further behind your head. So I don't know what else we're supposed to do here, but like I'm loving it. And like 10 out of 10.
Take it to a point where you're playing cymbals with your teeth. It's getting crazy. It's just like it's gonna stick at some point, but yeah.
What is your guys' journey, if there is a journey, with spitting in mouths or your mouths being spit into?
Oh my gosh! You know what's so funny? I was going to 30 seconds ago talk about Sinners and be like, that was so hot to me. What do you feel about spit? Like
that moment in Sinners grossed me out because it was girl spit, and I'm not misogynist. I just like I was like no. But like if my
not that it was
Jordan,
not that it was like vampire blood spit, but that it was girl spit.
Listen, also that movie, I don't know if this was their goal. I wanted to be a vampire by the end of it. I was like, let me be one.
Yeah, everyone's like, I can't believe that woman was like, you guys come on in. I'd be like, every single one of you, come on
fuck
in me right now.
You know they're all pansexual. There is not a goddamn chance that those vampires aren't all passing each other around.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, the only reason I'd be waiting to let them in is I'm waiting for the fried catfish to get through me. I'm gonna douche, and then I'm like, all right,
waiting
come
for the
in
water
now.
to run clean, and then you're like, come in.
And you know what? At that point, it probably wouldn't run clean till dawn, and then I'd get ready, and then it would be like every other time that you fucking douche for hours, and then somebody cancels or it doesn't work out, and then the sun is up, they're all burning, shriveled on the ground. You're like, what am I supposed to do?
You're sitting on a stake, just like railing yourself.
The guitar handle. The guitar.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm into
gonna
spit
fuck
if
myself
it's
with this
clear.
dirty steak. Oh my god. Yeah.
If the spit's clear, I'm down. But it can't be like there can't be any like
murky,
solid color.
Girl, I've had a man spit into
like
my mouth
yellow
before, and I'm like, that's dirty.
You need to see a doctor.
I'm like, oh, so this isn't spit, this is a loogie. Gotcha.
That's something different. That is something different. That's,
yeah. Sorry, Mom.
I just used to think it was so hot, but I think it was like in my 20s, like it was like almost a novelty thing, and like I was like, yeah, spit in my mouth. I just don't encounter many men these days that I respect enough to have them spit in my mouth.
I'm with you. I'm not asking everyone. I'm not asking everyone to spit in my mouth. But like when it comes to the right man, when there's like, I don't know, usually it's like, for me, it's like a bigger man or more, I don't know, like a bigger, more muscular man. I'm like, yes, you may spit. Yes, you may spit in my mouth. Please. Yes. Yeah. It's like, I'm begging.
One spit, please.
Begging for it.
I don't think I've ever asked anybody to do it, but I don't think I've ever like, I've never like spit on me or spit in my mouth.
There's
but,
some like
maybe
you
Spit
can
on-
signal a
Spit
little
on
bit.
me, I'm dirty. I just need to rub it off. Yeah. I also
Yeah.
there's something that spitting similarly to me is like kind of like slapping. Like there are certain people who are like, yeah, you can slap me, like sure, whatever. But then sometimes there's a person who will like hit me in the wrong way, and I'm a little bit like, are you fucking kidding me?
I'm calling
Yeah.
the police, and you're going to jail.
I know that I
so-
said hit me, but I didn't say beat the shit out of me. You just like if I have to hold the side of my face and I'm going like this with my jaw, like
Am
then
I
that's
clicking? Is it clicking?
yeah. Then it's like then we're done here. We're done here. You know what I mean?
I'm
like, this
I'm
isn't
not
a
into
playground.
that. I'm not into getting hit or being degraded.
I don't like my hair pulled either. Maybe it's because I'm like it's like thinner than it used to be, so I'm just like, hey, 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 hey.
I only have so many of those. yeah.
You Venmo them after for like a little bit of product. You're like, "No, sorry, you took that out of my hair. I had to redo my hair on you."
Oh my god. What has your by the way, what I'm curious. Okay, so also we should I mean if we want to, we could talk about your career a little bit too. But like
I don't.
you're going
do
on
you
tour.
Want to?
Well, I want to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it sexy, or I'm
Okay.
gonna make it sexual. I don't know if it's gonna be sexy. Yeah, like touring. It's so fucking. Oh, I'm so fucking hard for
Venues,
touring.
tickets.
yeah. Vodka sodas and old
Hecklers,
pretzels.
yeah.
What is kind of like your experience? I mean, you don't have to share, but like on when you're touring, like, are you hooking? Are you kissing? Are you?
Could you
dating?
imagine if I was like, that's really inappropriate to ask. I don't feel comfortable.
I knew you would take it too fucking far.
Yeah, I love hooking up on the road. Hooking up on the road is akin to like vacation sex, which we all know is the most carefree, you know, it's the one of the highest forms of casual sex. Because there's very one night only vibes to it. And again, I keep it usually to oral. Also, I think hotels are some of the horniest spaces on
Yes,
Earth.
Totally.
100%. The minute
It's-
I step into a hotel, I'm
Yeah.
like, I need to have sex immediately.
Yeah, it's like it's a
need to
bed.
talk to
Like
a
the
good
bed
person.
is the focal point. You know what I mean? So it's
Yes.
like let's
Yes.
use it.
Yeah.
I often get 2 bedrooms, like 2 queen rooms, so I can like literally like get weird in one and then like be a Christian woman in the other.
Totally.
And then
But,
what do you
yeah.
do with the other one when you're sleeping in the Christian woman?
The other one just gets to like dry, I guess.
yeah. You're like, well, how else would the bleach? I can't sleep in a room full of bleach.
The whole
But,
hallway
I-
reeks of cum.
I do love. Yeah, I love. Do you guys hook up when you're traveling or like?
I honestly am very recently out of a very long relationship. So have I been traveling much? No.
Wait, were you monogamous or
We-
open?
We were monogamous.
How long were you together?
2.5 years. 3
And
years.
then can I ask, was the sex good from start to finish?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no, it's
Damn.
good. Honestly, yeah, it was good. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay, cool. I just like
But-
always wonder with long-term relationships. I tend to like enjoy sex with someone when it's newer, and then like the more intimately
Yes.
we get acquainted, I'm like, you feel like my sibling now, and like
Oh,
I
okay.
don't want to like.
I'm like the opposite. I'm like the more I get into the relationship, the more I enjoy the sex. I think.
Wow.
Like the intimacy is like a big part of it for me.
Is
But
that same with you, Julian?
Yes, I think I'm hornier when I'm in a relationship. Weirdly.
Wow.
me too. Me
But
too. And
I
it's
guess
weird.
sometimes too horny. because
Also, by the way,
people can't keep that. No comment. No comment. No
No
comment.
comment.
Whoa.
No, but
I
I'll
heard
even
it.
start a relationship, and like sometimes I've been in relationships where like my boyfriend will be like, I feel like you never want to have sex with me, and then at the end I'm like, give it to me, like towards the end of it.
Interesting.
But no, but also now, like you're saying, like, have I traveled a lot in the past few years? Yes. Was I in a relationship? Yes. Now that I'm out of a relationship, did I wish that I was single so that I could be fucking in all those places? 100%. Because there were so
Yeah.
many cool places that I went to where there were so many hot men where like I absolutely could have been. But honestly, now it's just like, look at my future. Look how bright she is. Look, there she is.
Yeah,
I think
it's clean
to-
slate.
Comes to a point too. Like I was just in New York this past week, and like I don't know, and like not that I'm not horny, like not that I didn't want to or like didn't see like hot guys, but then it's like to a point when you're visiting, I guess like on a vacation where you're like not have any obligations or like don't know anybody and you're just like in a tropical vacay, like whatever.
Yeah.
Like going to New York, it's like I would rather spend time with my friends. You know what I'm saying? I would rather just like hang
Totally.
out and then like eat good food and like just like literally veg
Yeah.
rather than like try and get ready or try and impress them. You know, if
Look
it like
for
falls
dick,
into
yeah.
place for sure. But I think it's just kind of it's past that point, especially like on a night out too. It really for me, not like I don't hook up, but like if it's a night out or something, I do. You have to like be kind and you have to make me laugh or like make some kind of impression for it to really be
Like
I think I have a hard
moment.
time. Yeah, like I have a hard time too. I think realizing when people are talking like it
Flirting with you?
Oh, when they're flirting.
yeah, or just like that, where it's
Really?
just like, okay, like I don't know. I just like sometimes when it's the questions and I'm like, I'll answer it fully honest. I'll be like, no, but it's like a jokey something.
Interesting.
I don't know, weirdly.
Do you have trouble with that, Nick?
With flirting,
Knowing when people are flirting with you?
I think when I think I used to have more trouble with it. Now I think like I've also gotten better at it. Like I think I've become a lot more confident in my flirting skills. I also think like post this breakup, that's been like something that I've kind of come into recently, which is like I feel like I'm attracting more people that I used to not or whatever, but I think that's because of how it is. But I think I'm just kind of like now, I used to be very like, oh, I don't know and I don't really know and whatever. Now I feel very direct about it. So that's kind of how I like loop it up. And also I feel like now, even if I'm about to get rejected, I then know.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I'm just like, okay. I'm just
a
like, are we doing this?
Yes,
or are we
exactly.
Not?
Like, can we cut all of this like questionable dialogue?
And then it's really fucking sexy, which happens all the time, which has been happening a lot, which is where I'm like, is this what this is? And I say that from the beginning, and they're like, oh, it definitely is. And then you're like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Then you're like, we're off to the fucking race. And now, like, we get to have this really fun night together.
Yeah.
And, like, there's no question in it. And we're both, like, very obvious about it. That's my shit. That's my new shit. And I'm, like, obsessed with it because that's not a thing. I think that was a thing of the past. It was always like, oh, I guess I'll find out in 5 hours. I'll spend the entire night with this person and then see and then be disappointed.
5 hours if you're lucky. Sometimes it's like weeks of this or like or like the Instagram like okay, they keep hitting the fire like a reaction on my what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like is this you flirting? Like it's just like I don't like that gray area either.
And so, but for you, like you were asking us, like on like vacation and stuff like that. I mean, you're saying that you do when you tour and whatnot, but like when you're in a new city, you're like, this is an opportunity.
Yeah, I just love I love hopping on Grindr and just seeing what the local talent's like. There's also something about like
the stars
for
are.
your local queens.
Tip your queens. And I'm sure you guys get this too. Like we're becoming. This sounds gross, but more and more recognizable. So like I'll get those like a handful of guys going like, oh my God, you know, I've seen your stuff or like, oh, are you doing a show here? And like, so it's like an interesting mix of like I get to talk to people who like maybe know my work and then I get to like also maybe hook up. So Grindr's kind of become this like really like fun space for me to use as a tool to kind of like navigate a city. You know, like if I'm in Baltimore, no shade, I just don't really know about Baltimore. So it's like I hop on Grindr and then I'll even ask guys like what's the where are y'all going this weekend? Like what's the thing?
It's also nice because I feel like there would be a lot of people who, and I feel like I know some people like this too, who are very like when they're on those apps and whatnot, they're like, oh fuck, like the minute that you say you know who I am and whatnot, like I don't want anything to do with this. It's kind of nice that you've like that it's also like a community building.
Yeah,
my
biggest complaint with that, and we just touched on it, is that like some guy will be like, "Oh my God, dude, you're so fucking funny," and I want to be like, "And hot?" Or like, is this just a fan interaction, or are you using this as an intro to? But I usually just wind up taking the compliment and moving on, you know?
It's a little bit different than like the thing that I was saying where you're like, I can just ask. Because can you imagine if you were just like, just wondering, are you trying to fuck or are you just a fan?
Literally screenshot, put out to the world.
Put out to Twitter, yes.
Cringiest old comedian. But yeah, I like Grindr. I like cooking them on the road. Yeah, it's just like I don't know. Life is such like a grab bag of like you never know. You never
Right.
know. It could be a guy. We've all had the whoa, he's hotter than his pictures. We've all had the whoa, those are old pictures. Like
Yeah.
it's all
Or the this is not you.
this is not
This
you.
is not you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think people who catfish should be executed.
Yes. I kind of like straight to the point. I agree with that too. It's like, and also something that I've never understood about catfishing is I'm like, what did you think was gonna happen? Like when you use pictures of a person that were not you,
Yeah.
what did you think when I showed up here and you are a completely different person? Did you think I was gonna be like, oh, thank God you're not the pictures that you sent?
Well, now that I'm here, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that does happen to some people, right?
Catfishing to me happens the most with like getting my nudes. Like someone will successfully get my nudes and then be like suddenly like,
they'll
not-
disappear.
Yeah, or they can't verify that they're real, which I like
Mhm.
always like them to do at some point.
Mhm.
But as long as you stand behind your nudes, I say let them fly.
Yeah. You're like, just to verify, I need a picture of your hole and your leg behind your head, and you need to hold up a thumbs up, and then I can send you my nudes.
Holding your MySpace screen name on a white piece of paper.
Yeah.
You guys are probably too young for MySpace, but
I had a MySpace.
Okay.
I had a MySpace. I wasn't supposed to be on MySpace, but I had a MySpace.
I update pics quite frequently. Like if it's a really good picture, I'm changing my profile. Like it's going on my Instagram story, and I'm changing my profile pic.
Wait, how do we
Fully.
feel? Okay, as three women who have professional pictures taken of them often,
No.
how do we feel about
Pass.
I
No.
agree. I agree.
Like professional pictures on
like on a carpet or like at an event
no.
or like it's like a nice picture.
Are you saying on Grindr or across all apps?
I'm gonna say okay. So I say absolutely not on Grindr.
Definitely.
But
not.
on a Tinder or Hinge situation, I think you're allowed one.
Yeah.
I would say one. One is right.
Well, if it's a profile and that is something, I think
it's like part of
if
who you
it's
are.
something, I don't want this to sound bad, but like if it's something that is part of your life that you frequent, I would say then yes, put it on there. But if it was like a one thing, I don't know. I mean, no, actually, no.
Well,
if it's a good picture, it's a good picture.
We've seen like the guy who's like a picture of him under a waterfall. Like it's like obviously like shot from something.
Yeah,
and then it's like him like
catching
with
a
like
fish.
a martini, like also like a professional picture. I'm like, these almost look like stock photos.
Your stock
and like
photo,
like show me a real picture. My other pet peeve is the same location. So if you were at your sister's wedding in one of the photos, no more sister's wedding. I know you looked hot that night.
Yeah.
No more.
Prove that you look hot in other nights.
In other venues.
This is honestly just inspiring me. I think I need to change my Grindr picture to me on the red carpet at the Nosferatu.
Only if you're fully like dressed up in like the garb of that day.
Yeah, and then I only respond to messages like you
must bounce on it, crazy style.
Give me that hole.
Yes, I want to put my face in your butt cheek.
Speaking of movies, because you love movies as well, what is your favorite movie in ever?
My favorite two movies are Scream and Clueless, and it kind of informs a lot about me because I like comedy and I like girls and I like slashers.
Yeah,
but
and
not
you're
when
a
they
murderer.
spit.
Yeah, and you
No.
murder people for fun.
No. But yeah,
Wait, and then also because these are your favorite movies. You have this new there's this new movie podcast, Heavy Butter Pod,
Heavy
right?
Butter, yeah,
And
on
that-
all things comedy.
And you're with like a little group. You have a couple other people who I know that you've done a lot of like things with in the past, skits and stuff like that. What's the kind of the vibe of it? It just started, right?
Yeah, it just started. The first 2 episodes are out. Then they come out new episodes every Friday. I'm bravely doing a podcast with 2 straight white men.
Oh,
and
congratulations.
they're very fun. We're all like, we've been friends for years.
These are the 2 guys you sucked off. You're like,
no,
I vaguely know where
there's
they
still
are.
time. Yeah.
Heavy on that butter.
Heavy on that butter, honey. But every episode is we review like 2 movies, and it's usually like a newer one and an older one.
Okay.
But they link in some way. So we did like Thunderbolts and Tropic Thunder,
Okay.
and then like Minecraft and The Craft.
Mhm.
And so it's just like it's silly. It's like it's more like a good hang than like a like we're not
Right.
like breaking down.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like we're being very stupid.
Well,
and
they
yeah.
have a gay man. If it was the 2 straight guys, it would unfortunately have to be that.
Tariffed.
It would have, yeah,
Exactly.
it would have to be like,
Terrifying.
well, you know, I find the most
Oh,
interesting thing about this movie, but they have a gay guy in there, so it's a little.
And I'm
fun.
like, but who did you guys want to rail you from the cast?
yeah. Who's the bottom? Who's the bottom in the cast?
I do really throw a wrench in it sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's on it's on All Things Comedy. Please go listen to it if you're brave or if you have an hour to spare.
Or if you're straight or gay or anything else.
Yeah. Really.
And your upcoming live taping on May 17th in Los Angeles, which later on Zach will obviously tell us where you can find it. I know it's in the link in his bio on Instagram, all his tour dates and everything that you can find where to buy tickets and things like that. But this special that you are filming, is this what you have been on tour with, or is this brand new, or what is the journey of this project?
So it's my first hour special for stand-up comedy. I've been doing stand-up like 13 or 14 years, and this is kind of like it happens at different times for every comic. I think it's just like it's time for me to have an hour out, and then it'll kind of give me permission to like start fresh. Like the thing is, like, you accrue all these jokes that work, and then like you're still figuring out who you are and like what your voice is, and life is happening and your set's always changing. But like this is like an appetizer sampler of like me. So I talk about like dating, being a slut, being sober, being raised gay, or not being raised gay.
You're gonna be gay whether you like it or not.
Well, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Groom me, I dare you. But yeah, growing up gay in the Midwest. So yeah, it's just like all like it's a fun hour, and it is what I've been on. It's what I've been touring as my hour special, and then I'll tape it May 17th. Bob the Drag Queen's producing and directing.
That's
and
amazing.
There's no home for it yet. We're just kind of doing it, and then if no one wants it, it'll just end up on Bob's YouTube channel.
Amazing.
Sickening.
I'm excited. Yeah.
That's so exciting. And also, I believe you and Bob too have a new show every Monday at
Oh my
Beaches
God.
Tropicana.
So it's not every Monday, but it is a monthly. Me and Bob the Drag Queen have a show at Beaches Tropicana in West Hollywood called Girls, Gays, and Theys. It's GGT.
Oh.
And every lineup is girls, gays, and they comedians, and one straight guy who has to perform in a dress.
Amazing.
And
yeah.
Brilliant.
it's been so fun.
Wait,
We've only done
I
2.
have to go.
Oh, you
We
have to go. It was last night, and
Oh fuck.
but we'll have
Next
one
month.
or 2 in June.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
and you'll have to. Yeah, please let me know, and we'll obviously put you on whatever list or whatever. But it's fun.
Yeah.
It's really fun, and it's like
Yeah.
a good hang, and it's like it's cool.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. That's so
I know. Yeah, I know. I saw you. I think the day that it was the first one, and then I'm excited. I'm so excited to go. That's so exciting.
Yeah. Also, I was wondering. So I know you're talking about your tour, and you're saying you've been doing this for 13 years and whatnot. What has like TikTok done to? Has it like changed? Has it just like gotten you in front of more people? I mean, I see your shit going viral on TikTok all the time, or does it feel any different? Obviously, that's kind of like. I feel like the newer comedians now have a lot more access to a lot more people by having the social media of it all. Has that like changed anything for you?
You know, I haven't seen translation in ticket sales from TikTok. At this point in my career and life, I just assume that like everything is feeding into this, this beast of a machine. And so like, who is to say if it's like, oh, I might sell 10 tickets from this podcast, and then I might, but I also don't know how to like promote on TikTok, because every time I try to promote, it's like obviously only 400 people even see the video. So I'm kind of just like trying to get more like facial recognition and like brand recognition out there. Like, oh, I'm kind of like a little bit of a sex positive gay comedian. Like if that's your thing, like please like seek me out, but
Mm.
it's hard. Selling
Yeah.
tickets is the bane of my existence. I don't know if you guys have had to sell tickets for stuff
Yeah,
much,
it's
but
tough.
it's rough.
I also feel like getting people. It is hard.
is in your throat.
I've got the cum in my throat. I feel like getting people from like it's like we have those like easy clicks on TikTok, and it's like, oh, this thing has like, you're like, oh, this person has 2 million likes on this video. It must be the most. It must translate into all this shit. Like it doesn't. It's just people just
doesn't.
like it to then get them to like go click the thing, get a ticket, da da da. It's like
totally
it's a
another thing.
lot. It's also really easy to just, you're like, oh, I could watch 100 videos of this person from my couch and I don't have to do shit. So
Yep.
Totally.
That's been
That's-
other friends like experience too, where they're like,
Mhm.
no, like I love your videos.
Mhm.
Period. Like,
Yeah.
and then there's no like, oh, but I'm not like buying a $30 ticket to come see you do an hour of stand up. I thought it was just funny that you like farted on that guy and then like, whatever.
I saw the hits.
Yeah.
I got the hits. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I famously, and I know we're probably almost done, so please promise me you'll have a story after I tell this one.
Totally.
But I had a parasite for about a year from eating ass.
I had to say I had got one. I was like in
And
the hospital for 3 months from it.
they did like 3 rounds of antibiotics,
Yep.
and the
Giardia
third one was
twins.
so rough. I had I had to get like a colonoscopy to make sure everything was like okay in
Mhm.
there, and like it has truly scared me
scarred
away
you,
from
yeah.
eating an ass. I like you couldn't pay me to.
Oh.
Oh
I just
my
like I think I
gosh.
live on the edge. I'm just,
Yeah, you
I'm
live
like-
on the
I'm
rim.
like- I'm like, wait, summer's coming up. The parasite.
Yeah, were you
You
snatched
squeeze a
after?
lemon wedge on it. What?
Was it like snatchiana? Like did it snatch you up with the parasite, or was it just like a health reason?
Oh, I mean,
Not that
I
you're,
know
you're
it
I
was-
mean you're always snatched, but I'm just
I
saying.
was like,
for
wow, he's calling me
someone who-
so fat right now. But
No, you
I,
are
uh,
as tiny. Your tiny little hole. Your
I-
tiny.
Are you
little
sure you don't have a
figure.
parasite right now, baby?
if anything, it just was like I'd have like waves of nausea.
Mm.
I'd have like just like incredible discomfort.
Mhm.
No, it didn't. It had no positive. Not saying losing weight is
Yeah,
a positive thing,
right.
but like it
I
had no
I
positive side effects.
I had mine
Maybe
when
I've
I was,
had. Oh, sorry. What?
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, not nauseous and uncomfortable. Maybe I've had a parasite for the last year and a half of my fucking life. Just kidding. No, I'm just.
No,
depressed.
I
But Nick, what were you gonna say?
I had mine. This was my first year in LA, and I got it from one of my ex-boyfriends who like ate fruit in a foreign country
Yeah.
and whatever, and
Oh.
I ate him out, whatever. Or sorry.
Ah.
Anyway, to round it out Hollywood Bowl style, I was an assistant at UTA at the time, which is like you're like bound to your desk for 13 hours a day, and I just was in my suit running back and forth, back and forth,
Mm.
back and forth, and like of course UTA made my life hell
Yeah.
to get like a day off, and I was like, guys, I'm shitting on the
dying.
floors.
Like I need a diaper.
I am I'm that person from Monsters Inc. I'm the slug just going back and forth from my desk to the bathroom.
Yep.
So they gave me like a whole day off, and I then
Mike Wazowski.
but honestly, I think
On that
that's-
note,
on that-
everybody
Oh my
be
God.
safe. Use dental dams. Do not
Yeah.
get a parasite. Make sure you
stop
know whose
coming in
ass you're
socks.
eating before you get down there. honey.
Yes,
Between the
yes.
cheeks. Yes. Before you get the,
Yes.
yes. Think
Yeah.
about it. Think
Yeah.
about it.
But
Think about
we
it.
have been so blessed to have you on this podcast. I love talking about. Thank God I told Julian we had to be raunchy before we started. guys.
Damn, I hope it's not like I want to check
No.
in with Julian's mom like in real time and be like, "Are you
Oh,
okay?"
she's.
Oh.
No, I tell her everything.
Yeah,
Okay,
my
cool.
parents are gonna listen
Fully,
to this and be
like,
like, "This was
stories.
fun." Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, but why don't you tell everyone? I know we've been talking a lot about like your tour and whatnot, but tell people where to find you, how to get you, where
Oh
to,
yeah, sure.
how to see you on the
Um,
grid.
You could follow me at Zach Noe Towers. It's ZachNoeTowers. ZachNoeTowers.com for like tour dates. I'm doing DC Improv June 8th for Pride. And then Zanies September 23rd through the 25th. And then more dates to come. But yeah, just follow me on Instagram. That's probably the best one, and I share there all the time.
Perfect. And we'll
Yeah.
put
And
everything.
TikTok too.
Yeah,
Same
TikTok,
cross
Yeah. Listen to Heavy Butter. I'm on Jeff Lewis
Threads.
Live on Sirius all the time.
Oh.
So yeah.
You're everywhere.
Threads as
You
well.
are everywhere.
Oh my god, and I have my sex podcast, which you guys both need to do,
Yes.
called
Yeah.
Good Morning Sodomites.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Count me in.
Please.
Well, we adore you. Thank you so much for
morning,
the satellites.
There's the ass that I ate last night. There's my dick parasite in my